just step in their necks, constantly abuse them.
Salute, family. Salute, salute, salute. This is a previously recorded broadcast here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Chef C from New Jersey, and this program is brought to you by Bloodline Films, From the Soil, Black American docuseries where we travel all around the country, highlighting the Black American grassroots advocates, culture, and cuisine in pursuit of reparative justice, family. And of course, today's meal is going to be served out of the community kitchen. We getting right into this thing, okay? Now, salute to everybody that's going to be catching the playback, man. Definitely make sure you are supporting the kitchen by hitting the Cash App, $FTS49, or hitting that Vimeo at From the Soil to keep the community kitchen open, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate all your support and everybody that's catching the playback. Now, what we want to get some things understood here. New Jersey seems to be under some kind of attack, y'all. Okay? And unfortunately, it is very difficult to make it make sense. However, I, being an objective individual, I strongly believe that our government has a history of telling absolute lies, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Now, what we have followed for quite some time is this. One, the government has told us that, especially when it comes to particular things, one, the illegal immigrants were coming here to seek refuge. It turns out that most of them were military age, also not necessarily seeking refuge, however being brought in as a new voting class, essentially, for the Democratic Party. Now that they're going to be facing some deportations, okay, via the new administration coming in, Trump administration, we need to make it make sense. Also, this same administration, which is the Biden administration, had told us initially, when it comes to the pandemic and getting your shots, that they would never mandate anything for the U.S. citizens, ladies and gentlemen. Then they turn around a few moments later, and we had become mandated to get those shots in our arms, etc. And if you decided not to do so, ladies and gentlemen, you were punished by your employer via the government mandate. So how in this situation here can we now believe a government that says there's nothing to see here, ladies and gentlemen? Right? There's nothing to see here. Don't be concerned about all of those drones flying over New Jersey. Right? It's nothing to see here. Some of it may be your boy Bezos with Amazon drop-offs. And the rest, listen, we know all about it. Initially, they didn't know. Nobody knew. But now everybody has an idea. So let's bring up some recollections here. Some people did come out and they were outraged about how this particular administration had conducted itself. All right, as far as not having a freaking clue or giving some legitimate answers to the American public, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So, let's bring this up, and I want y'all to see for yourselves here. You tell me what you think.
As authorities in New Jersey push for answers on their own mystery drone spottings over the past few weeks.
There it is again. It's so close, and it's going so... Look at it!
We were swarmed ourselves last night by Action News viewers sending videos of drone sightings. Numerous reports were sent into Action News about flying objects in media. and Broomall in Delaware County, Philadelphia's Mayfair section, and in Cherry Hill, Camden County. New Jersey State Police were surveying the drones in Lebanon, Hunterdon County on Saturday night. No one seems to be able to figure out if the drone incidents are connected, who is flying them, or why. The FBI is involved in the investigation.
The FBI is involved in the investigation. The who, what, when, where, and why. Let me make it make sense, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? One thing we need to keep in mind here as well, okay, that the first unidentified object or drone had been sighted, ladies and gentlemen, on November the 18th. That was the first sighting, okay? Just to be clear, that was the very first sighting. As we stand here today, December the 12th, the only response that we've gotten from this administration, the quote-unquote analysis that they have, is that there's nothing to see here now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? We were aware of it all the time. We authorized the air traffic. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been backlash and outrage from people for weeks now to allow such a long period of time to lapse and there not be any legitimized explanation up until this very vague explanation from your department here saying that they knew all about it. The FBI, CIA, etc., all your phenomenal agencies knew all about it. Should New Jersey residents be concerned about their lives, ladies and gentlemen? That's a question we gotta have. When you catch the playback, man, leave it down in the comments. Let me know. Should New Jersey residents evacuate? Or can we now trust this government to guide us and assure the safety that we all deserve? Let's play another clip here because I want y'all to just understand some of the backlash that was initially presented. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. No real answers, etc., etc. All right, let's make it make sense. Okay? Let's make it make sense, family.
Usual? I don't think so. And how can he and others, like National Security Spokesman Admiral John Kirby, say we know there's no threat? How do they know that? What aren't they revealing? Or are they just saying it? How can anyone speculate or issue assurances to thousands, millions of Americans who have witnessed, the drones, that there is no threat? For weeks, we've asked for the truth and action to mitigate any and all threats to people and property. Now, we are demanding it. As the sightings increase, including by service members at Naval Weapons Station Earl, and I did talk to the commander there, his men are seeing it right there at the base. Are you kidding me? A munitions depot of that caliber, and these drones are hovering in close proximity to it. The Coast Guard told me the other day, and Sheriff Mastronardi, that one of its 47-foot rescue boats was followed in very close proximity off its stern by numerous drones. Why can't we bag at least one of these drones and get to the bottom of it? Why can't we even track them? I asked Secretary Mayorkas at a briefing, a Zoom briefing, why we can't follow them, find out where they're going. They're coming from somewhere. Okay, you can't seem to do that. Why can't we follow?
I want to say fair use. See, again, what has later come out this week, ladies and gentlemen, that everybody was on board. None of these drones had been presented to folks. This young man right here is saying, let's bag and tag and show the American people what these drones look like. However, Mallorca and people like Mallorca came out. Some of the team that's supposedly a part of the analysis of what's been going on, came out and said, nothing to see here. Everything is good in the neighborhood. Keep it moving. But nonetheless, let's play some more from this young man because the outrage is valid. New Jersey, we are facing something very unfortunate, and the problem is our government continues to do what they've always done, which is lie to the American people. Let's play some more.
Follow them and find what their origin is. Many of them seem to be coming from the ocean. I was with Sheriff Mastronardi the other day on the beach, and we saw a video, and we talked to heard one of his deputies talk about how she had seen 50 of them coming from the ocean to mainland. Is there something out there? We don't have the capability to do that. We don't have control over our airspace. And just remember, ladies and gentlemen, the feckless response to the Chinese Communist Party's spy balloon. When that thing traversed America and went over one very sensitive base, including the B-2 bombers base, after another. We did nothing except say, oh, it's a spy balloon. Or is it? Or is it a weather balloon? I still can't get over that one. The elusive maneuvering of these drones, I would suggest a major military power sophistication that begs the question whether...
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. A major military power. And it just so happens to stop when this young man is getting into that. Right? We got to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, you can't trust your government. You cannot trust your government. Okay? This government has a track record of being absolutely on time when it comes with the fuckery. That's right. When it comes to the foolery and nonsense, you want the truth? Don't go to your government. Don't go to these United States government for the truth. What are you, crazy? Huh? We're talking about the same government that continued to lie about all of the money they were sending overseas. Okay? Then they just say, you know what, listen, we've been doing it, they got to keep it at 100. They start with the lie and then try to fess up. They also told us when we first got this whole COVID thing, ladies and gentlemen, that the masks weren't good for you. You shouldn't wear the mask. Gave it a week and they came back and said, no, you need to wear the mask. And they mandated masks around the United States of America. I just want to make it plain. I am a firm believer that this United States government is still lying to the citizens of New Jersey and other cities and states that are actually seeing these drones. Let's play some more here, family. 50. Look at this drone. Look at this. Now, if these drones are so harmless, why hasn't this particular drone been captured? Fam? Huh? Why hasn't a drone like this been captured? When we're finding out that once some of these, police drones go up in the air, they become discombobulated, right? Can't even fly. Let's play some more here, though.
Hi, Elizabeth. Well, I got to be honest here. When this story first came out a few weeks ago, as a resident of New Jersey, as a journalist, I didn't pay it much credence. I thought it would turn out to be a bunch of pranksters and this would all be over by now. The experience I had last night, however, changed the way I feel about this story completely.
Fair use, y'all. Fair use. Fair use.
What I saw was more sophisticated than I ever imagined. Take a look.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 lights, 6 lights.
I didn't believe what I was seeing. But what was I seeing?
we're here in central Jersey. We've been looking for the past hour. I think we've seen about 40 or 50 of these drones. In fact, there's one over my shoulder right there. One after another, these drones appeared in the night sky. If you look real close, they look like fixed-wing aircraft, about 8 to 10 feet wide, colorful, white blinking lights.
That is not a plane.
Definitely not an airplane.
Not an airplane, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, there's reports of these drones coming off the water. All right. 50, minimum of 50 of them coming off the water by sworn deputies. Y'all calling cap on a deputy now? This is why this media that we have is becoming less and less of a real source of authentic information. Okay? But let's keep on playing.
But what was it? Hours earlier, I was invited to join the Ocean County Sheriff Department. They launched their own drones to see if they could intercept the mysterious aircraft New Jersey residents have been reporting in recent weeks. The department says these mystery drones evade detection because they don't give off heat like regular drones. Why do you think that is?
We don't know. It's just something that we haven't, it's not something that we've had our hands on. It's not something that we've experienced.
Something they hadn't experienced until now. One of their officers called 911 after seeing 50 of them come off the ocean.
Advised after we made contact with that officer that there were 50 that came off the ocean.
50?
50. That was my reaction also. There were 50 that were coming off the ocean.
And this is a sworn officer?
A sworn officer, yes. We contacted state police, we contacted the FBI, we contacted the Coast Guard, at which point the Coast Guard went out with their boat.
Now remember, he said he contacted the FBI and a few other agencies. Sworn officer. Now, as we get a little closer to the end of this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come and find that the FBI then says, yeah, we knew about it the whole time, nothing to see here. Okay? This is why these agencies, this government, and even some of these news networks are useless and very dangerous. They give a shit. They don't give two shits about the American people. Ignorance is not bliss in this case because you're putting the everyday citizen at risk, not having a full understanding, let alone divulging the real information needed for folks to make logical decisions about how their life should be conducted. Look at this. Look. That looked nothing like the drone that the dude sent up in the air earlier.
Bam! What is that? Anybody tell me what that is? We're in the middle of the ocean. On a ferry. Nothing around. Look. Nothing around. No land, no nothing.
Crazy, y'all.
Bill and Sandra, when things like this are happening, it seems everyone starts to look up, like my crew and I have been here in Mendham recording this video that you're looking at right now. We have no idea what it is, if it's a natural phenomenon, because it could be, but this is why so many municipalities are now asking people to reach out and send their videos to them or to experts who might be able to sort out what they're seeing in the skies. But I guarantee there are so many people looking up and making those recordings because this mystery is one that needs to be solved. For now, we're live here in Mendham Borough. Tony Yates, Channel 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, and to be very clear, I've seen this driving to one of my clients. This very object. But check it out. Let's see what Congressman has to say here. We here in New Jersey are at our wits' end with the complete absence of answers on drone activity over our neighborhoods. The federal government should either explain if these are our governments assist in practice, or if these are truly unknown flights. Responsibly remove one from the sky for examination. Either option would lead us to an answer, and the public is rightfully demanding closure here. Okay? Just leave that right there. But ladies and gentlemen, all right, when we were filming our show, okay, when my team at Bloodline Films was filming from the soil in Washington, D.C., they would not allow us to launch a drone. Our drone was grounded the entire time, family. And I say that to say, if they grounded our drone, okay, but they're not aware of these other drones, that means our government has no governance over these unidentified objects. That's what that means. They wouldn't let our little drone get up off the ground, and we got the top of the top drones. Washington, D.C., who has now also reported some unidentified drones flying around the White House. Okay? Grounds everybody else's drones, but couldn't ground those. Our government is still lying to us, ladies and gentlemen. But let's play some more stuff here. I want y'all to see this. Let's pull it up. Okay? Now look at this. This object that I'm zooming in on, family, is exactly what I've seen driving to my client's home. Excuse me. Okay? Looks just like that. Now you're going to tell me the United States government is making drones that look like this? When and where? Why? You're lying. Look at another one. Look at here. The United States is aware of this. They're producing this. I know they put tons of money in the military. All right? You can slick a can of oil. You can't slick a can of oil. Listen. Wasn't born yesterday. This government is just lying to y'all. Lying to all of us.
Check this thing out.
Now, peep this. This is a photographer, y'all.
I try to zoom in with my camera all the way up to the drone. This is what I get. It has a round, like, shield around it. Fucking nuts. Look, right? That's zoomed in. 100, 208. And I'll show you the drone right now.
Great.
Up in the sky. All the way over there.
Okay, so our government is making drones like this? Who? Again, ladies and gentlemen. And again, we want to be very clear. This is still happening under the Biden-Harris administration. And again, in another classic situation where people would love to hear from Kamala Harris, she's nowhere to be found. Okay? She is who we thought she was, and that's why she did horrible in this election process. That's why she got whooped the way she got whooped. Let's keep on playing.
So last night I was on the beach in Island State Park in Ocean County with the sheriff. He has been working it every single night. He's got his own tethered drones chronicling. One of his officers 2 nights ago saw 50 drones come in off the ocean right there. So we thought maybe they'll replicate it. They didn't, but we thought it was a possibility. Then last night we had a number of other people there, including a commanding officer from the Coast Guard, who said that one of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones as they went through the water, followed right behind them. You know, and I said, what's the rules of engagement? I mean, you do it if you're fighting against a narco trafficker or something. And they said, we don't know. We don't have any.
Your government.
What is going on in New Jersey?
So, sir, the FBI and our Newark field office, along with the state and local partners there, the Bureau is actively investigating the situation you mentioned, just the unexplained sighting of drone activity over that part of New Jersey, including proximity to sensitive sites and areas of concern. So we do not attribute that to an individual or a group yet. We're investigating, but I don't have an answer of who's responsible for that, of one or more people that are responsible for those drone flights. But we're actively investigating what the...
Nobody knows nothing, y'all. Nobody knows anything.
Bureau has done to aid our state and local partners is what we generally do, enlist the help of the interagency, enlist the help of the public. There's a tip line there, that 1-800-CALL-FBI, tips.fbi, for information from the public that could help us resolve this. It is concerning.
Is the public at risk? Is public safety at risk? Are we concerned that there are nefarious intentions that could cause either national security or a public safety incident that would put Americans at risk?
There's nothing that is known that would lead me to say that, but we just don't know, and that's the concerning part.
Fair use, ladies and gentlemen. Again, there's a tips line, 1-800-FBI, blah, 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 blah. Okay? New Jersey, y'all checking this replay. Keep your head on the swivel, family. Let's play a little bit more.
The drones in New Jersey and more. What can you tell us? What is going on, and why is it taking so long to come up with an explanation?
Yeah, it's a good, I don't blame people for being frustrated. Let me say, most importantly, right up front, we see no evidence, and I say we, this includes Homeland Security, FBI, Secret Service, our state police, authorities at all levels of government. The most important point to say is we don't see any concern for public safety. That's number one. Number two, having said that, it's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing. We had last night 49 sightings. I was on with the White House and Homeland Security leadership literally at the very top yesterday for pretty much all day. I'm hoping we'll get answers sooner than later. I would just ask folks to continue to let the FBI or their local law enforcement know when they see something, and we'll continue to do everything.
You know what, Governor Murphy, you're full of shit. Okay? Governor Murphy is full of shit, ladies and gentlemen, and we need to keep our eye on this. They roll Governor Murphy out there to serve up some lip service. All right? That's lip service. No answers, a bunch of jargon. Okay? But guess what? You know what, ladies and gentlemen? Let's play a little bit more.
And with our federal partners to get clearer answers.
Why is it so hard to get answers?
These are apparently very, as I understand it, very sophisticated. The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark. And, you know, we're obviously most concerned about sensitive targets and sensitive critical infrastructure. So we've got military assets, we've got utility assets, we've got the president-elect's one of his homes here. This is something we're taking deadly seriously. We've gotten good cooperation out of the feds, but we need more, and that was my plea.
Okay, so here's some images, y'all. One, your government doesn't design objects like this. Let's be clear. Okay? Governor Murphy has come out to give you lip service. He's lying, and he had bought time. However, a day ago or so, now mind you, again, the first sighting was November the 18th, ladies and gentlemen. All right? These unidentified drones who get to fly all over the place, have no one or anything to answer to, okay? But guess what? Your government says, damn it, we knew about it the whole time, okay? DHS, FBI, all of these folks knew about it the whole time. No national threat. Nothing to see here. Okay? Nothing to see here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? No national threat. They have, one, they've never captured. Two, they've never displayed these drones that seem to be able to hover, not get hot, etc. Why aren't any of these drones that you were saying not a threat to New Jersey or even folks in the United States as a whole? Why haven't you displayed these drones that are flying over our families? Why hasn't one been captured? They apparently have technology that we don't have. Right? They don't get hot. They don't do other things like typical drones do. Why aren't we seeing these drones, but they're allowed to fly over our homes? Yeah, Governor Murphy doing what he does best, which is continue to buy time and lie. And lie for this government. Okay? Lie for the government. All of these folks can't be trusted, ladies and gentlemen. All of these folks are very difficult to trust. Look at here. Look. Huh? Look at that.
Some UK military bases in England. The mysterious drones have repeatedly appeared for over a week now. Stephanie Bennett is live in London. So, Stephanie, this is pretty disturbing. What do we know about these drones?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Julie. I mean, the details are still very limited at this time. We do know that the sighting started last week on November 20th, and they have really ranged in size, in style, and also the amount that we've been seeing over.
Now, I wanted to play that. They're getting it out there. They sighted their first sighting out there, England, 2 days after our first sighting here in New Jersey, November the 18th, ladies and gentlemen. Reported sighting, November the 18th. Okay? Who do you trust? And why? Okay? Who do you trust, New Jersey? Is it time to get the hell out of Dodge? All right? Can you trust the false alarm? The reported false alarm? I don't know if I can keep it a buck with you. I don't know if I can. We continue to see folks lying about all of this stuff. Here's another thing that I want to show y'all. Peep this.
Because this mystery is one that needs to be solved. For now, we're live here in Mendham Borough. Tony Yates, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Lee's saying he's wondering whether or not that might be the moon, Tony, but you pointed out it's exactly the question people are asking. What is it?
No.
Not the moon, family. Not the moon. Check this out. Another one here. More of these drones. Look at here. Look. Okay? We're supposed to trust this government. Ladies and gentlemen, our government is doing an excellent job of covering. And apparently they seem to be answering for someone else. Okay? They seem to be toting the line for somebody or something. Okay? That's just C. Now check this out. I want to show you something, family. Let me show you something. Now, this particular young man that I'm going to play for y'all is supposed to be a CEO drone expert, right? He's government contracted as well, okay? And he's been building drones for a long time. I'm going to bring this up to y'all. Let's go ahead and play this. Fair use.
Hey, everyone. My name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff every once in a while. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military-grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here. There's all of these mysterious drones going on off the East Coast, and as a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion, and I've not bounced this off of anybody. So, you know, if you think it's bullshit, whatever, that's cool. You know, I don't want to spread misinformation, as we know that there's a lot of that going around. But anyway, back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program, and there were, with Russia, there were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing. Okay. We don't know where they are. Maybe somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are. And I speak with some pretty high-level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case. So I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that that thing was headed towards the United States. Okay? That is a very serious deal. And everyone knows that the United States government, this administration, is pushing to get into a war with Russia. We all know that. We all feel it. We all see it. Okay? Well, back up a few years. Do y'all remember when those drones were mysteriously flying across the Interstate 70 corridor from Colorado up into Nebraska, down here into Kansas, and out into Missouri? Well, it was believed that those drones were looking for radioactive material because there had been some material that came up missing here in the United States, and they felt like it was high probability that the nuclear or the radioactive material would be taken along the Interstate 70 corridor heading east or west or south. So from what we understand, they were out there trying to find this radioactive material. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking for a victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military project, right? There's no reason for a drone to be flying at night, really, okay? Because they don't see shit. So, unless you have thermal optics, drones really don't see stuff. You need to do mapping during the day. If you're going to do farming stuff, you mostly do it during the day. The only reason why you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something, whether it be a person or trying to smell gas. We have methane gas detection systems that can detect gas leaks in pipelines. You really wouldn't use thermal optics for trying to find gas leaks, just simply because the only way you're actually going to find a gas leak with thermal optics is if the gas leak is aggressive enough that it has a difference in temperature, because thermal imaging, it creates a digital image based off of the temperature variance. So whatever is different in temperature, it creates an image. Usually gas leaks so slow that it goes quickly into ambient before you can even see it. So we have special sensors that can detect gas leaks. We also have special sensors that can detect radioactive material. So with this gentleman that I had spoken with, who was trying to raise the alarm to try to get somebody in the government to say, hey, we need to work together to go try to find this nuclear warhead, none of that ever happened. They knew that warhead was on its way to the United States. That's all that ever came of it. Nothing ever happened. This government did not do anything at all to help this gentleman raise the alarm and raise awareness that there is a very deadly weapon on its way to the United States. It's out there. Nobody knows where it's at now. It left Europe. Now it's gone. So my own guess, is that these drones are not nefarious in intent. If they are, they are, but I doubt it. But if they are drones, the only reason why they would be flying and flying that low is because they're trying to smell something on the ground. That's it. There's no other reason for a drone to be flying in the air other than to piss a bunch of people off at night. That's it. So my belief is they're trying to smell something on the ground. Gas leaks, radioactive material, whatever. So, and do I think that that they're coming up out of the ocean? No, I don't think so. Drones that are multi-copter type drones, not the fixed wing aircraft that look like regular airplanes, but the multi-copters, they only have so much battery life. They have hybrid versions that are gas powered with electric, but those can still only fly for a short period of time. There's no way in hell that any drone is going to go miles off the coast as a multicopter and fly into the interior of the United States and do a bunch of work and then turn around and fly back. It's just physics will not allow that to happen. So these drones, I believe, are launched from a location that nobody knows, but I do believe that they're flying low enough that they're just trying to sniff the ground and try to find something. So again, I hate to be a pessimist or a guy that thinks, directly to the negative. However, I know as a professional, we build professional stuff for the military. I believe that they're actually out there trying to smell something that's very important. So anyway, let me know what you think of this video. I'm not trying to gaslight. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just trying to let people know that this is a serious deal. It's only serious for what the potential could be, or for what the potential is. There's a lot of them out there. They're flying all over. They're flying low. They're flying at night. There's no reason for it other than to smell something. So anyway, God bless. I hope you all have a wonderful Merry Christmas, and let me know what you think of the video. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, okay, with that particularly being said, there's several questions we got to ask ourselves, family. There's several questions we got to ask ourselves, and I want y'all to leave that in the comment section when y'all catch the replay. If we go off the young man's assessment, that means that New Jersey, Governor Murphy, and the associated agencies are aware that there may be some sort of nuclear threat that New Jersey citizens might have to face here. Because according to this young man, they're out there sniffing. And if they're not out there sniffing, then more than likely it's on some nefarious stuff, which means that these are unidentified objects in the air. Okay? Project Bluebeam says that it is a grand plan by the government to usher in some kind of new world order via terror tactics. That can be true as well, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I don't even see it being that far-fetched, as we just saw government officials, shout out Governor Murphy, agencies, shout out FBI, DHS, etc., say there's nothing to see here. But then you also have a sworn-in police officer who said he saw 50 of these things come off the ocean. And he's a sworn-in officer. So now are they saying that this young man or this officer is now lying? Is the blue turning against its own? Is the government turning against this officer's statement? Is New Jersey openly aiding and abetting a potential nuclear threat to its citizens? That's the question, family, that I need y'all to comment in there when y'all catch this replay. Who do we trust? Nobody. And my other question to you, family, is it time for us to get the hell up out of here? Y'all let me know in the comment section. I appreciate everybody for catching the playback, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Chef C from New Jersey. And again, this is On Their Next Podcast. Also, family, we might more than likely be open with the brothers tomorrow for a Pat Talk. So keep it locked for that as you catch this replay. Also, definitely don't forget to go over to my Patreon and hit that membership, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see y'all. Patreon.com/Cooking with Chef C. So we can spin and block new recipes, etc. And keep our head above water, man, in the best way we can with all of this stuff going on. And my final announcement, ladies and gentlemen. This Saturday, you see the flyer there. Bring your kids, bring your family. We got some stuff going on at my garden, and we partner with another organization to give some toys out for the kids, because C and Deacon Davis love the kids, man. So bring them on through, and if you know somebody who can use some toys, and they just ain't really hitting a lick like they did the previous 4 years under this new administration, ladies and gentlemen, tell them Chef C got you covered. No shame and no nothing. Come through, get some hot chocolate, get a Christmas gift for your kid, because we got y'all. No shame. Come through and buy with your boy. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. this Saturday, Patterson, New Jersey, at My Garden, Green Acres Community Garden with my partner, Deacon Davis. We want to see y'all there. I want to thank everybody for joining me as usual, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to go over to FromTheSoil.tv. All right, ladies and gentlemen, FromTheSoil.tv. Put on section, get your Black American Heritage flag, Converses, or your apron, ladies and gentlemen, while you're there, so you can be spinning the block like our brothers here, Brother Nico and Brother Pops, for the new year, as you continue to keep your heads up, ladies and gentlemen. I want to salute everybody for checking in with your boy as always, and we thank y'all for keeping it locked with us on a regular basis. We will be catching y'all later, family. Salute to all of y'all who always come through and show love to your boy. I am your host, Chef C from New Jersey, and this is On The Next Podcast. Salute to the family. Keep your head up.